Imagine a silver bullet cutting through the heart of the Golden State. San Francisco to Los Angeles in under 3 hours. No traffic, no airports, just speed. In 2008, California was promised a miracle, a vision of the future that would cost $33 billion. But visions have a way of turning into nightmares when the sun goes down. Today, that silver bullet is a lead weight. The price tag has mutated into a monster, over $128 billion. And the tracks? They lead to nowhere. If you drive through the Central Valley today, you won't see a high-speed train. What you'll see are ghosts. Massive concrete pillars rising from the dust like the ribs of a long-dead giant. These structures were supposed to carry the fastest trains in the Western Hemisphere. Now they carry nothing but shadows and the silence of the desert. How did the richest state in the richest country on Earth fail this badly? It wasn't just bad luck. It was a perfect storm of greed, politics, and a total disregard for reality. A dream sold to the public, built on a foundation of sand. Follow the money and you'll get lost in a labyrinth that never ends. Every mile of this track has become a gold mine for consultants, lawyers, and lobbyists. While the concrete remains cracked and empty, the bank accounts of those in power are overflowing. Billions of taxpayer dollars disappeared into a black hole of environmental lawsuits, land disputes, and endless change orders. It's a bureaucracy that feeds on its own failure. While the rest of the world was building thousands of miles of high-tech rail, California was busy arguing in courtrooms over dirt and shadows. They call it the sunk cost fallacy. The idea that because you've spent so much, you can't afford to stop, even if you're heading for a cliff. So they keep digging, and the hole just gets deeper and darker. But the real tragedy isn't just the money. It's the geography and the sheer arrogance of the planners. To connect the north to the south, they have to conquer the mountains. The Tehachapi Pass, a brutal, shifting landscape of fault lines and unstable rock. Nature doesn't care about political promises. Engineers warn them. Experts scream that the route was a death trap for the budget. But the politicians, they drew a straight line on a map and called it progress. They chose the most expensive, most difficult path because it served the interests of their donors. Now they are stuck, faced with tunnels that might never be finished and costs that no one can justify in a rational world. It's not a transit project anymore. It's a monument to human ego. Look across the ocean and the failure becomes even more bitter. China builds thousands of miles of high-speed rail in the time it takes California to hold a single committee meeting. Japan's Shinkansen has been running safely for decades. Even Europe has mastered the art of the Iron Road. But here in the land of innovation in Silicon Valley, we can't even lay 100 miles of track without a scandal. It's a humbling realization. The Golden State is losing its luster, one empty bridge at a time. What does it say about a superpower when it can no longer build the very things that define a modern civilization? So, what is actually left after nearly 2 decades? A 119-mile segment in the middle of the desert, connecting cities that most tourists have never heard of and don't care to visit. A high-speed train that starts in the heat of Merced and ends in the dust of Bakersfield. It's like building the middle of a bridge and hoping the ends will somehow appear by magic. Is this the future we were promised? Or is it just a way to save face while the ship sinks into the sand? The desert has a way of reclaiming what doesn't belong to it. And these concrete ruins are starting to look like they've always been there. Ancient and forgotten. Every time a new headline comes out, the cost goes up by another $1 billion. Every time a new official takes charge, the deadline moves another 5 years into the future. It's a cycle of deception that has no exit strategy. The people of California are paying for a ghost, a phantom train that haunts the budget and the landscape alike. At what point does a project stop being an investment and start being a crime? California is still dreaming, but the dream has become a heavy, suffocating weight. $128 billion, and not a single passenger has ever boarded. Not a single ticket has ever been sold. The next time you hear about a miracle project or a green revolution from a podium, remember the ghost train. Some tracks are better left unbuilt. Some promises are just shadows in the dark. What do you think? Is it time to finally pull the plug and admit defeat? Or is it too late to turn back from the abyss? Leave a comment. Share your frustration if you dare to face the truth.